Greetings, I'm Valentine, the Prince of France, and I'm here with the god himself.
Marguerite's here, and with Mr. Fluffy Bottoms.
Or high schoolers, Marguerites.
Yes, we are.
So, I'm eating an airhead, so I know what we're gonna do.
Best way to start off ever.
I'm calling them Marguerites.
We're... We're going to give you tips on how to deal with school when you're... Fuck!
Mentally and physical dealing.
We're going to give you tips on how to deal with school with mental and physical disability. Because that shit sucks. From personal experience.
This contains stuff about
anxiety, depression, fibromyalgia.
You saw an advert. Hypoplastic left heart syndrome. Anemia.
You are a loved one, maybe.
I'm getting copyrighted by the mesothelioma.
Anemia. Cause this bitch iron deficient.
Asthma, kinda. A very small asthma.
ADHD. Fucking collapsing. Sorry, it's called conversion disorder.
Not being able to be in gym class.
Wheelchairs. I'm not in a wheelchair right now.
Panic attacks.
Sensory overloads.
Being gay. No.
Being gay. No, that is not a disability at all. That is dead.
I'm gay.
Me too.
We have. I don't. Have
We have.
on.
Oh, good for you. We have mini pins, mini day pins. Right
We have
now.
2 bacons.
2 bacons. Oh, you. This is gonna be a hell of a lot of editing for you.
Oh, you think I'm gonna edit this? You think I'm not gonna just keep this in?
Perfection.
We have ADHD.
So you're gonna see me on my phone.
Autism.
Yes, we are both autistic. Fucking insomnia. Which, believe me, is terrible to deal with in school.
Oh, I know.
Solidarity.
And finally,
Bipolar.
that's not what I was gonna say. Borderline personality disorder. You good?
Sorry.
Oh yeah, not to mention screaming in the middle of gym class.
And adaptive daydreaming.
So, what are the we didn't script this.
Is it obvious that we didn't script this? Is it
No,
is it
no,
terribly
not at all.
obvious?
Not at all.
Can you tell?
Yeah.
Can you tell there's no script? Can you? God's I'm gorgeous.
If you recognize
I fucking love myself.
If you recognize us and come at our asses in high school, I'll beat you up.
No, they actually are very weak. I'll beat you up. I have
You'll
no muscle,
fall
but
over.
Yes, but I'm also very strong upper body.
I get. Okay, yeah, you almost broke my arm. Never mind. Why am I saying I guess?
I'll do it again.
Oh, please. My shoulder was hurting for like a week.
I also did it to you multiple times while you were dissociating in gym class today because I was trying to see if I could get your attention because I didn't.
Dissociation!
Yes. I'm still sorry about that. I did not know you were dissociating.
I didn't know you were doing it, so.
I thought it was just because of the cute guy.
Oh, yeah.
Because he had that look you get when you see him.
His shoulder bumped mine. Scream?
Sorry about that. No, I'm talking to like fucking headphone users.
Headphone warning.
Yeah. A screamy boy.
Okay. We're 5 minutes in and we haven't gotten to the point, man.
True.
So, the airhead stuck to my lip. So, we go to a school.
We live in a society.
We're in a Monica. Fuck.
A what? Oh no, I woke up the boy. I woke up Esquire. I woke up Esquire the third. Esquire.
Go bed.
How do I make Esquire the third go to bed?
Just ignore him.
Okay.
Okay, so the
Out
point
of sight, out of mind.
So this video is supposed to be. If there's an adult coming down.
Square up, like.
So the point
Square
of
up, you asshole.
Hey, will you platonically marry me? Give me that.
I will.
You said you will.
That means it's mine now.
I don't want Sour Patch Kids. You can have them. So the point of this video. Be gone, adult. So the point of this video is. Are you good?
Dun da da da!
We're almost 7 minutes in. So the point of this video is to help out
Disabled children like us.
and help abled people learn how to be nice.
And not fucking ableist assholes. My teeth are blue.
The definition of ableist means. Where's your phone? So the definition of ableist, in my own words, are people who do not have physical or mental disabilities and mistreat people who do.
Mm-hmm.
As well as use slurs such as. Can I say them? What if I just like put them along the bottom of the screen? I don't want to say that shit. Yeah. Slurs such as this.
Google, according to Wikipedia.
Ableism is discrimination and social prejudice against people with disabilities or are perceived to have disabilities. Ableism characterizes persons as defined by their disabilities and as inferior to the non-disabled. On this basis, people are assigned or denied certain perceived abilities, skills, or character orientations. I have no idea what half those words mean.
We're also denied accommodations, like having two elevators in the school.
So that starts the first thing. If you're in a school and you have first of all, if you're in a school and you have any physical disabilities that stop you from walking, either all your classes should be on the first floor or they should be elevators. I'll tell you this right
Multiple.
now. I should tell you this right now. If there are people standing in front of the elevator, just fucking shove them. Who cares about, like, social norms?
And if you don't want to do that, what my therapist told me to do is tap them on the shoulder.
Or have a friend yell at them so you don't show your violent tendencies. This is the one that needs the elevator. I'm just a baby.
You're just a stairs baby.
My legs, like, start crumbling under themselves halfway through the day.
Mine do as soon as I walk into the school, or as soon as I take a step on the stairs.
So, we both run on a spoon-based system. If you don't know what spoons are, it is...
Essentially, you start out with a certain amount of spoons for the day, and every action takes away another spoon.
Like... Okay, let's describe it like this. For all you fucking Dungeons and Dragons nerds out there, I like to call them spell slots. I wake up with a certain amount of spell slots per day. Let's say I have 8 first level ones, like maybe 6 second level and up and up. And what happens is that throughout the day, I have to use up those spell slots, like doing basic stuff like doing the dishes, brushing my teeth, that's first level stuff. But if I'm out of first level spell slots, I have to use higher level spell slots, which would normally be for stuff like taking a shower or doing homework. So by the end of the day, I'm normally out of spell slots, and if I'm not, then it's a goddamn miracle.
And for some of us, certain actions take up multiple spell slots. For example, using the stairs takes up most of my spell slots, and we do not have an elevator to the fucking gym, which is a required class.
And on top of the whole gym situation, not only did they make her take the stairs, but I'm 90% sure they've tried to make you do the exercises more than once.
Yeah, they have.
They say I can only do half of the exercises, but actually I did end up talking to her at some point. Like oh my god, there's a cat on my leg!
It's the asshole.
Feral!
His name is Pharaoh.
Feral?
He is not feral, he is Pharaoh. Like the Egyptians.
Pharaoh is here! But anyway, I'm supposed to only do half the exercises, but when I talked to the gym
Esquire, you're hurting my ears. Fuck you.
when I talked to the gym teacher, she actually ended up being like, oh yeah, you have to either try to do all the exercises or don't do them at all, because if you only do half of them, you're not going to get a grade. And I was like, and on top of that, we both have something for our anxiety and sensory stuff where we can leave every class 5 minutes early.
Because we can't be caught in the halls with all those people, or we have anxiety attacks and sensory overloads. Esquire.
The cat sniffed my leg and I felt his wet ass nose.
Esquire, I love you, but you make this high-pitched noise that
Do-do-do-do-do.
dogs and people like me.
Thank you. But even though we have this 5 minutes thing, a lot of the teachers, for some reason, even though it is in our IEPs, which is a independent education program, I think that's what it stands for.
I can still fucking hear it. Like it's in my ear.
Do you want me to put them in your room?
Yes.
You explain IEPs to them.
Oh fuck, I'll put him in my room.
No. How about you explain the 5 minute thing?
Okay. So the 5 minute thing is because if we get caught out in the noise and the crowd, we will have panic attacks and sensory overloads, and it will and it will mess up the rest of our day and make it impossible to do anything. We're supposed to leave 5 minutes early from each class. Our gym class, however, the teacher only lets us leave a minute earlier than everyone else leaves, even though we're supposed to be able to leave 10 minutes earlier.
My math teacher does the same thing. I literally have to argue to get out of her class.
What the fuck? I personally am lucky to have my science teacher who lets me leave 10 minutes earlier so I can get from the 3rd floor to the 1st floor. Are we gonna do surgery on a Furby? Is that why you brought me this?
No, I'm getting a food.
Why did you bring me my switchblade?
Because you're explaining about teachers and you can like mimic stabbing them. That's probably a bad idea.
This is what I would like to do to Coach Selimar.
Please don't say her name. I'm editing that out.
Fuck human rights. Fuck human rights.
All humans are illegal.
Fuck Selimar rights.
Okay, so
legs. My legs go up and down.
So, funny story about one of my teachers. I have a millennial for a teacher. So, he's okay, but he has this really strange obsession. So, I don't like being very obvious when I leave class. A lot of the time I try and make it like, oh, I'm just going like to the bathroom or something. This teacher, Mr. Blackman. I'm probably gonna have to bleep that one too, huh? He will announce to the class. He will be like, he very loudly will go, okay, Valentine, it's time for you to leave. And I'm like,
Okay, Valentine, it's time for you to leave.
I spit Coke all over the Furbies.
No, did you spit Coke on dirt cake?
It didn't hit them.
Okay, if it's these two, I don't care. If it's my babies, I care.
Anyway, your dog is heaving again.
Yeah, she's sick.
So, anyway. Oh my god. We've given one tip.
15 minutes in, one tip.
We probably should have written this down.
Fuck that.
So getting your homework done is really hard.
Very.
I put it off till 10 p.m.
I didn't do it last year. Ever.
It's only 10% of your grade.
Yeah, but you have to get like in detention all the time if you don't do it. Like you miss one sheet and then you get detention.
Yeah.
So if your school is like ours,
And gives you a bunch of homework.
well, I was gonna say if your school is like ours, and as long as you have something done on your homework, you don't get detention. Then here's a tip. Do as much of the homework as you can without using all of your energy. Just do the easy problems that you know very well. If you don't know anything, Google.
One tip I go by. If you know you're going to be doing homework that night, do not shower, do not brush your teeth, do not do anything that'll take a lot of energy out of you. Do as much of your homework as possible. And a lot of the time I use my homework to wear myself out so I can fall asleep.
I can't fall asleep while I'm doing homework. What I do is, as soon as I get home, after I eat.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say how you got to sleep, and I was like,
No.
YouTube.
No, that's not appropriate for YouTube. After I eat something, it's just part of my routine, I immediately start doing my homework. I don't usually do much of it, but if I can do any of it, then I do it. If I need to pull something out or ask questions, I do it, as long as I get a few things answered. That way I don't get detention and I don't get a 0. Because a 10 is better than a 0.
A 1 is better than a 0, too.
Mm-hmm. Look like I'm sucking dick.
I shoved one of the children.
No! My baby! Oh, you're 14. You have to go on.
You act like you didn't throw your phone last Saturday.
My titty!
Anyway, we've given 3 tips.
In 18 minutes.
Hi guys, what's good? It's your girl Mabel, and you can listen to my high expectations.
Change that. I'm so lucky I don't do any editing. Because I don't know computer things.
Hey guys! No, so,
What? You just like consumed my bicep.
Find yourself a close friend to ease your anxieties.
Yeah, that's what we lucked out on each other because
We got partnered together in English. I'm finding a baby. You talk about how we met.
So in English class, our teacher did this thing where we had to interview each other. So she gave us
both characters.
Yeah, she gave us these cards with different things that matched. She got Hansel, I got Gretel. We found each other very awkwardly and started asking questions. Figured out we like a lot of the same things, got to talking. They drew a picture of me and my glorious face with my Humans Aren't Real t-shirt. You'll see that at some point. It's amazing. Because humans are real. Fuck you. Fuck human rights. Val, please, I'm rambling to keep the silence away. And like the next night, I stole them from their home. Shashi, shashi, shashi.
Who's a pretty princess? Who's a pretty princess who deserves lots of kisses? You are. You deserve lots of kisses, my pretty princess.
We're filming a video.
I look sassy.
I was trying to grab Trip, but I forgot what Trip looked like.
He's fat.
Well, Sassy's fat too.
Trip is super fat, screams, and has hard nipples because he lets it.
Okay. YouTube.
Trip is a mama.
Are you dying, Willow?
Yeah.
I won't be upset by it. He's your sister's dog.
Yeah, but I love Willow.
Fair. And anyway, we're 20 minutes in and we've given 4 tips. I tip for every 5 minutes.
Take the time you need.
Huh?
We're out of it for there.
Shut your fucking mouth, Willow. Can your dog stop dying in our video, please?
No, she has to be as close as possible while she does it because she's a melodramatic little bitch.
Oh, what?
She's just like me.
So, let me tell you this. If your school will let you do it, have lunch in the library. You can ask your assistant principal about it, and 90% of the time, if you are able to do it in that school, they will give it to you.
People want to read my poetry.
In our Discord?
Oh no, I was talking about on Tumblr. I haven't posted anything about it on the Discord.
Oh. So, why is this like a weird ass guy singing?
He's not even singing. He's just making sounds with his mouth.
I don't know where the remote is. You threw it.
You threw it. I didn't touch it. You threw it. It's underneath the fucking love seat.
Why don't you tell them about?
Willow, you're ruining this. So what am I telling them about? What am I telling them about?
Hold on. So you're talking about shut your fucking little ass mouth.
Please just move the dog.
What?
Please move the dog.
I'm trying to do music. I'm trying to get the dog. I'm trying to handle this. I'm trying to give you an idea. Get out of there.
I'm trying to eat.
Willow! Willow! Willow, you stupid bitch! Yeah, there. Stay.
My thing is forcing everyone else to do things for me, so.
Okay, so. Next tip we have, I'm on frame,
If you can, force other people to do things for you. It works for me.
A lot of the time, other kids and teachers will do it if you're acting really not into it or there. Which is
Yeah.
fun.
Like, act it up. This is a terrible tip, but act it up if you need to.
Mm-hmm.
Because it fucking works when I'm feeling
If you are
overwhelmed.
if you are excessively out of spoons, pretend you're having a sensory overload to get out of the class.
or a panic attack, either one.
It's
It
actually
just so happens mine look like seizures.
it's really easy to do that for me. You literally just need. What's funny is that able to people will sit there and think you hyperventilating is a panic attack, and they'll call people. So literally, unless you have really smart teachers, just start hyperventilating and like softly grabbing at your chest, and they'll believe it. It's kind of funny.
Or if your panic attacks or if like your panic attacks are something like convulsing like me, just do that. They'll think you're having a seizure. Just let them know you're not having a seizure. It's a panic attack. You're in the nurse's office for as long as you need. Trust me. Okay, it was an actual panic attack, but I spent like the entire day in the nurse's office just sleeping. It was an actual panic attack, but I didn't sleep all day.
Here's a little hint. If you have a friend who collapses, don't freak out. The first time I saw her collapse, I flipped. I wasn't able to focus the rest of the day, and I was like in and out of crying. But like,
well, no, I didn't just collapse. I went into a panic attack, and then I was sleeping the whole day.
Fair. But from my experience, if someone collapses like that, they're either going to get right back up, or if they end up at the nurse's office, they'll either be in their next period or back within 30 minutes, or like get sent home. Unless it's they like actually have seizures, they're probably fine.
Yeah, if it's just panic attack, they're fine.
Oh my god. Please tell your teachers if you need to move seats. If you are with kids who like make you completely unable to focus and you just cannot do it, change seats, because if the teacher sets up assigned seats and you're stuck with those two boys because you didn't say anything and then you're stuck for the rest of the year, you are screwed. You will not be able to pass that class.
For example, I got stuck next to this guy who bullied me all through last year. I thought, okay, maybe I'll take my mom's advice. Maybe he's changed. Maybe he's a better person now. No, he bullies me for the title of my essay, for my panic attacks, for my twitching, for the fact that I can't deal with loud, sudden noises, for the random screaming, for tossing things that uncontrollably, for having a stuffed bunny to help with my anxiety. He insulted me for everything. So the teacher forced him to move.
Wasn't he one of the kids that laughed at me when I went into a sensory overload?
Yep. Sellers is a fucking bitch. I don't give a shit if his name's on here. He fucking deserves it. Sellers has no right to
As long as you don't say his last name, I don't care.
I don't know his last name.
Exactly. So,
who the fuck names their kid Sellers anyways?
Rich white men.
Yeah. I mean, he obviously is. He brags about it a lot.
He's rich?
Yeah.
I'm gonna date him for his money and then leave him.
No, he won't date you because you're disabled and mentally ill.
You won't date me because you're disabled and mentally ill? I'll
Yeah.
force him to. I have a body, ma'am.
No, you don't.
I have an ass.
No, you don't.
I have tits.
No, you don't.
I have a face.
Barely.
I have good lips.
No.
You've never kissed me.
Don't say never. Remember when you were drunk?
You can't say that! Okay.
Yeah, I can say that.
We're 21 now. We're high schoolers.
Or high schoolers at the age of 21.
And we can't come up with any tips. God!
What? Yeah.
How many tips have we given? Like 6?
Yeah. 7.
We need to get to at least 10.
Yeah, I've given 7.
Don't forget your fucking glasses.
Yeah, really don't forget. Oh, if you're in a wheelchair and someone closes the fucking door on you because they're an asshole, ram into them. If someone won't move, ram into them. If someone's being an asshole about you being in a wheelchair, ram into them. That's literally my advice for everything. Ram into them. That's what I did.
Something me and God are doing is this is for all the blind kids out there, but we do image IDs, and I probably will put our image IDs, just what we look like, in the description. I don't know if your little text-to-speech things will read that. I hope they will. Should I just say what we look like?
I don't think they care.
You
One
know
of
what?
us looks like a fucking idiot and the other is hot. You look like a, no offense, man, but you look like a tater tot. You look like a nugget.
I have body issues.
You look like a chicken nugget and I love it. You're so pretty. Chicken nugget pretty.
Nugget thinks he's pretty as well. What was that?
And I have much skin.
You have tits.
That's what I meant by I have much skin. I have much tits, I have much ass, I have much thighs. It's a lot of skin.
I like your skin.
Thank you.
So, this is going to be, if you're... What? Run. What did Pharaoh do to you?
Existed.
This happens sometimes. Oh my god, if there is like a teacher watching this, I doubt there is, but if there is a teacher watching this and a disabled kid just has a burst of energy and needs to get up and run around or scream or do something, please silence the other students if they start laughing.
Yes. Because it's not fucking funny and they can't control it. It happens sometimes. It really does. What?
Anyway, I'm contagious. Your boobs jiggle when you do that. You're soft!
Schnucky! Schnucky! Come home, Schnucky. Come home, my gay baby. Schnucky!
So, let me tell you this too. If you're an able kid and you're watching this and you know you have a blind kid in your class or something, write image IDs for your presentations. Write image IDs, or at least know how to describe an image. Because trust me, even, okay, as someone who isn't blind but like can barely see anything with my glasses off, so I'm like there, and I have a blind mother.
And I used to be that way.
We enjoy image IDs. We really, really do.
Uh-huh.
Because if we don't have an image ID, what you're saying doesn't make any sense to us, especially if it's about the image. If you're just like, this man walks around this thing because, what the fuck are we supposed to get from that? What thing? Huh?
It's like describing color. The fuck do you mean?
It's pink.
No, I mean like describing color to a blind person. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Like someone who's never seen color.
Well, no, I mean, I know. Also, like 90% of blind people aren't actually fully blind.
I know.
Okay.
But I mean like, if you're like black and white vision or you can't see enough to see color,
That's just color blindness.
fuck you. If you're black and white colorblind,
It's also very rare. Normally a lot of
I
people...
fucking know. I'm using an example.
I have facts!
I'm using this as an example. I will yeet this sloth. I will yeet Schnucky.
We're 33 minutes in and we've given 8 tips.
I'll yeet Schnucky.
Okay, so... Also, at teachers...
Oh, I have a shank to shank the coach. I fucking hate that coach.
At teachers, or at least at like abled kids who aren't assholes, if there's a deaf person in your class, make the effort to learn sign language or give them a notebook so they can talk and you can talk to them.
It really helps to have someone to talk to. If you have someone who goes nonverbal at times.
We have a deaf person in our school.
We do?
Mm-hmm. At orientation, I saw the woman up there like doing sign language.
Huh.
Yeah. I went up to him and said hi.
If you have someone who goes nonverbal,
Have a notebook handy.
yes, find a way to talk to them.
And if they can't speak, well,
Wow, cognitive cat.
if we both have stammering. If type walk to
Type walk.
If they can't write or type, then either try and figure out what they mean by ASL or like charades. A lot of the time, I just do can't talk, or
I figured that out the hard way.
yeah, or spell things out with the alphabet. And one time I was like, tell a staff member, and I was like, talk. And I pointed at a staff member, and you didn't know what I meant. And I was sitting there like, talk, staff member, and you were like, oh.
I don't know shit. I keep trying to learn ASL, but I can't fucking learn it.
Focusing.
Yeah. I have trouble keeping and retaining memories and focusing on
I
things.
was forced to learn it because I have a deaf grandfather, but I'm glad I learned some of it. Are you gonna punch me for dabbing?
Yeah.
Oh, you popped something. Thank you. Okay.
By the way, you need to pop a shoulder? Oh, my hair is looking great today. I'm gorgeous.
Okay.
I can't help it. I see my reflection. I've got to compliment myself.
Wonderful tip, right?
Yeah.
So the next tip, if you can, bring protein shakes.
They help a lot with energy. Or, like those packets that you get at Walmart that are flavoring and energy. Put like 5 in one drink. That's what I did last year.
Okay, so if your school is like ours, this got on my nerves a lot, but a lot of teachers will be like, organize your notebook a certain way, or we're going to give you an automatic F. I said fuck that and personally started writing notes in my interactive notebook anyway, because, just keep an extra notebook handy, or just start doing it in the interactive notebook anyway, and then rip it out at the end of the year, because by then it doesn't fucking matter, and as long as you put the other stuff in there, who's gonna notice?
Yeah.
It's getting dark. I'm gonna have to stay the night.
This is good.
Okay. Tip number... I'm probably gonna count these on editing, and we're only gonna be like at 8. Okay. If you have a friend who dissociates, something that helps me, I'm not sure if it'll help everyone, in their face.
Oh.
Either will clap them
But I did that to you.
It will either clap them back to reality
Or do nothing.
or send them further into dissociation.
Yep.
It depends. This normally helps me, but another thing that can help is like lightly pinching them. If they're okay with touch, always ask someone if they're okay with touch, because if they aren't okay with touch and you touch them, they're going to freak out, and that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Or
I know personally I am not okay with touch. When I dissociate, I'm less in a mindless state, like I know a lot of people tend to be in, and more in a daydream state. I'm not there. I can see what's going on. I can't tell I don't know what's happening, but I can't process it because I am somewhere else. I'm imagining things.
I'm going to keep doing whatever I was doing, but for example, one time I ended up dissociating in math class. This was really bad. And I was writing a number, and I looked back at my notebook once I snapped back, and it was just all one line. Just one line. And I was like, oh no!
Me when I twitch.
When you twitch, I keep noticing you'll twitch when you're texting, and you'll just send like a stream of letters and then an emoji. And I'm like, what does this mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'll interpret it as like a shortened sentence at first, so I'm like... Another thing that helps, keep a stress ball handy, keep a fidget cube handy, keep something handy.
Something that'll help with your anxiety, like
They
have a stress ball and a fidget. I have Mr. Fluffy.
Fun thing, A lot of staff members are not allowed to take away your things.
Mm-hmm.
They can keep them for the day sometimes, or keep them for the period. A lot of teachers are mean, but if you have a good school and you are in the IEP program, 90% of teachers, 90% of staff members, if you bring a stuffed animal into school, they aren't gonna give a shit.
Yeah. Also, something important to get in your IEP, if you have something like this, get it put into your IEP if you know that your school doesn't let that happen.
Yeah. The way to change stuff in your IEP is you either have to find your case manager or talk to the assistant principal or talk to your counselor or all three. A lot of the time the kids can change it without having to go through any bullshit with their parents.
Dude, my case manager is my math teacher's assistant.
Oh.
So she's in my algebra class.
What does she look like?
She's this black lady with
We don't have the same
red
cast
hair.
manager.
Simmons.
I've seen her around. This case manager is a basic blonde bitch. I like her. She's like a good basic blonde bitch, though.
We've got a mess to clean up now. I'm gonna pause this because we have to clean this up.
So anyway, after that, we're gonna go.
Because we have to clean up the Sprite.
And I think that was enough tips. Thank you for coming to our TED Talk.
Sorry if we didn't help you. I'm not a very helpful person. I'm more of a violent person.
Anyway, this YouTube channel will mostly be not helpful things, because obviously we're stupid.
We're stupid assholes who don't know shit.
But it'll a lot of the time be like Furbies, stuffed animals, whatever. We're
Baking.
baking. Alright, bye-bye.